Hello, and welcome to another episode of John's Non Sequitur. Is that what this is called? It doesn't matter because the title is going to be changing soon. We can't stick with non sequitur because non sequitur is not what I think it means. But for right now, today's episode is John's Non Sequitur cows. Why is it cows? Because I asked a 3-year-old what I should talk about. So he tells me cows, and I'm like, alright, what the fuck am I going to talk about cows for? They're so common. And they're such an ingrained part of our lives that it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to even give them a second thought. Well, I had to come up with something. So my first thought was, who is the weird person? And yeah, it is kind of weird when you actually stop and think about it. Human beings are just doing their thing throughout history, not doing anything, fucking and eating, and everything's going cool and everything's fine. Until one day somebody goes, see that shit coming out of that cow's udder? I want to put that on my cereal. Yeah. So next thing you know, people are squeezing liquids out of an animal's tits and putting it on their food. And the next thing you know, we have butter and milk and cheese and sour cream. Not only that, but now we're eating burgers and steak, which I'm not talking against this stuff. I am a fucking crazy person when it comes to steak and cheese. I love it. Don't like burger. Burger's disgusting. The texture is gross. I hate it. I'll eat tacos, but they're covered in shit that I can't taste the burger. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about cows. How much dairy do they produce? You want to know how much dairy they produce per year? One cow, 21,000 pounds! 21,000 pounds of milk a year per cow! You want to know how much people in the U.S. drank as of 2015 per year? 49, well, this is everybody. 49 million pounds of milk. That's insane. How much beef did they eat? 52.2 billion pounds. Not million, billion pounds. And that was in 2012, according to Earth Policy Institute, which I don't know if that's reliable or not. Who knows? Did they inflate it? Did they take it down? Who knows what their motives were, but that's what they told me. So you want to know how much land goes to cows in the U.S.? 30% of the land in the U.S. is graze land. 30%. That's 614 million acres. Now, it's not as bad as golf courses. I'm sure George Carlin would have told you before he died. It's a much worse thing to just have land that people are being rich on and doing nothing. But that's a lot of land for cows. There was a study done to find out how many people could be fed with just the grain used for feeding cows. 800 million people could be fed with just the grain. The grain! I mean, cows are like quietly the most important thing in everybody's world. They really are. They're quietly extremely important. Look, Pink Floyd put them on an album cover. Cows are huge, and nobody thinks about them except my 3-year-old. He's the only one who thinks about cows. You want to hear some negative stuff about cows? I'm going to probably not ruin it because I'm going to keep eating steak and cheese after this, but it's a little bit depressing. Let's talk about methane emissions. Each cow releases between 70 to 120 kilograms per year of methane. Oh no, the metric system. Oh, I wish I lived in any other country so I understood it. I think that's a lot, and, that's 23 times higher a negative effect on the climate than carbon dioxide, so that's not good. Apparently cows' farts are really ruining the world. That's from some climate research thing, which, take it with a grain of salt, but they poop a lot. I can't deny that. Alright, you want to know about what happens when you eat red meat? I'm going to have to read this off the piece of paper because I can't remember all of it. This is the 3rd time I've recorded this. So maybe this time you'll be able to actually understand what the hell I'm saying, or I'll be able to pronounce it better. But I had my doubts. This word I'm about to read you is impossible. Here's the effects of eating red meat. The negative effects, because the positive effects are you're full. The negative effects are this. A metabolic product of bacterial digestion of substances found in red meat with development of pathologies ranging from, this is the big one, arteriosclerotic plaque to heart failure to chronic kidney disease. Meat contains choline and carnitine, which are metabolized into TMA. Don't know what that is. Travels to the liver, converted into TMAO. Don't know what that is. It's then released into the bloodstream, which causes vascular inflammation and formation of unstable plaques in the arterial walls. It's according to the Cleveland Clinic in May of 2015. In other words, you're gonna die. I think that's what it's trying to tell you. But, I mean, we already knew that, right? We're all gonna die, so we just eat whatever the fuck we want. Some stuff about dairy that's not so fun. Cheese, ice cream, milk, butter, it is all high in cholesterol and saturated fat. That's according to the Nutrition MD, nutritionmd.org, not the nutrition. Get it? Nutrition. Anyway, that's bad too. So, here's my question to you. Because I'm not going to do this, and I know you're not going to do this. You're going to completely ignore this video once it's over. But, if we were to, I don't know, get rid of cows, would it really matter? I mean, we'd still have food, right? We'd have chicken, right? We'd have, pork. We'd have bacon. We could kill ourselves with bacon. Milk. We drink almond milk. It's, from what I understand, it's good. I don't drink it, but goat milk, even though that also has the same strangeness to it, drinking out of another animal's nipple. So I guess my point is, cows are the most useless animals on the planet. They put methane into the air. The food that they produce is terrible for you, but it tastes great. And other than that, they just kind of roam around and poop. They don't really do anything. They take up land and they poop. Does that mean anything's going to happen? No, I'm just telling you what I found out about cows. So there you go, Garrett, my child. That is what I found out about cows today. It's not fun, but we could definitely go on without them. Just like Earth could go on without us, but, nobody's eating us. So today's logical fallacy that I'm going to be reading to you off of yourlogicalfallacyis.com is the straw man fallacy. It is, you misrepresented someone's argument to make it easier to attack. By exaggerating, misrepresenting, or just completely fabricating someone's argument, it is much easier to present your own position as being reasonable. But this kind of dishonesty serves to undermine honest, rational debate. The example that they give is, after Will said that we should put more money into health and education, Warren responded by saying that he was surprised that Will hates our country so much that he wants to leave it defenseless by cutting military spending. Yeah, he didn't say that. He said he wanted to put more money into health and education. He didn't even say he wanted to take money out of the other thing. I have an example. Of course I do. Hot button topic time! Here's the hot button topic that I'm using as my example. Guns! Now, if you tell any rational person, or irrational person, or rational person, what I'm about to tell you, they will probably give you the straw man argument. We need to make sure that crazy people who are mentally unfit to be running around with weapons, can't get them. Okay? Or dangerous people, or people with criminal backgrounds. Those people should not be able to easily access guns. Seems rational, right? Except, wait a second. So wait a minute. Are you telling me that you want to just take guns away from everybody? I can't believe you'd want to do that. Do you think that's going to stop somebody with a gun to coming into a store? Do you want your kid to get shot at school? Do you want somebody to break into your house and steal your wife? Yeah, steal your wife. I'm going there. Well, that's not exactly what I said now, is it? I said I want the crazy people, the people who are dangerous, who have dangerous backgrounds, to not be able to easily get a gun. Is this going to stop them completely from getting them? Obviously not, but it's going to make it much harder to do it the easy way. Go buy one. So you're saying you want your wife to get stolen? Huh? I'm not following. Well, you put the signs on the store that say no guns, and guy with a gun comes in and robs it. What? But the dangerous people... Okay. Alright. And that, friends, is the straw man fallacy. So, hope you learned about cows. Hope you learned about straw men. It feels like we're down on the farm, don't it? All right. We'll be back, maybe not tomorrow, because I can't pump these out as fast as I've been doing it. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about a couple topics in the near future, one of them being God. That'll be fun. And then we're also going to be talking about the future of robot sex. That'll be fun, too. And then we're going to be talking about another example of not being able to find information by going onto an internet video, but this time we're going to go with the liberal side because we did the conservative side yesterday, and we want to be fair, don't we? That won't be very fun, but I'll try to make it that way, so see you next episode!